So you're thinking about moving to Merritt Island, Florida. Today, I'm gonna go over reasons why you might wanna avoid Merritt Island. Full disclosure, I live here in Merritt Island and I love living here. There are some people that move here and maybe Florida or this area isn't the place for them. There's certain things that I also don't like hurricanes. So we're gonna go over all that today. All right, so number one is, of course, getting hurricanes. That's in general for Florida that you are prone to hurricanes. Now, some things to understand is that historically, we have not been hit by any major hurricanes in this area. A lot of people say that NASA did a ton of research on this area and that's why they chose this area for the space center. So historically, we don't typically get direct hits. Most of the time it comes through the West Coast. As far as I have lived here, they have come through the West Coast except one. We had one kind of coming towards us, but it was, I believe, just a Cat 1. It was Hurricane Nicole a couple of years ago. So I've lived through a few hurricanes and of course, I get nervous every single time. Every single time I tell my husband we should leave and he says it's gonna be fine, and it always is, but it can be scary. It can absolutely be scary. It's just really important to purchase the right house that can withstand those. Right now, I'm driving through my neighborhood and my home is 1979 and these homes are 1960s and they've been here since the 1960s. They're strong. The thing about Florida is if you want to move to Florida, you just got to get the right insurance and get a house that doesn't require super expensive insurance. So even though our house is 1979, we're paying $2,800 for homeowners insurance, which is pretty affordable. We have a pool home and then we pay $750 for flood insurance. It's not required. We're not in a flood zone over here, but we are surrounded by water nonetheless. So I like to have that peace of mind. Okay, so yeah, hurricanes can be frustrating, but for someone like me who grew up in the Northeast with blizzards, and we even had hurricanes up there too sometimes. We had Hurricane Sandy. That was pretty devastating. I'd rather take a hurricane twice a year maybe, than a blizzard and being stuck inside all winter and miserable. So that is one con of living in Merritt Island specifically because you are very close to water. Number two, Merritt Island is not on the beach. A lot of times, even my friends, family, when they're visiting, we're like, let's go to the beach. And I see you live only 5 minutes away. So I only live 10 minutes away, so it's not as bad, but we are not oceanside at all. You have to cross the bridge, either 520 or 528 to get to the beach. It's like a little hack to living beachside because it's a little bit more affordable than living beachside, just a bridge away. Like there's other beachside cities that you'll be 15 minutes away. So I don't know, I just feel like we're an extension of those areas anyway, so I like it. But if you want to be beachside, if you want to go walk to the beach, walk and surf, or just watch the waves and so forth from a house, you're going to want to go live beachside in one of those towns. Number three, so something about Merritt Island is it was developed in the 1950s, 1960s with the space industry because that's when NASA came in and started the space industry. A lot of these homes are starting in that, and then we have a lot of the infrastructure that is that age as well. So for me, I love this area because it feels like old Florida. It's eclectic. It's not overdeveloped with sky rises or all modern things. The mall is like this 1960s desolate mall, but it's still up and running. When it's Christmas time, it's nice to be super close to Macy's, JCPenney's. There's a really nice restaurant there, Mexican restaurant. It just depends like what you look for in an area. If you want something brand new, golf cart community, or just really planned out, really nice, there's other areas in the Space Coast that will be better for you, like Viera and Suntree, versus Merritt Island, where it's more, I don't want to say rugged, I just feel like it's eclectic old Florida charm, which I really love. And I also love Viera. I help a lot of clients buy in Viera too, and it's beautiful and they absolutely love it. What do I not love about living in Merritt Island? So this is mostly in the summertime. I think it's the heat hitting the rivers just makes this not so pleasant smell. It's like that sea smell that's really strong. And sometimes like in the summertime, we'll wake up to that smell and it's not that great. It's funny, I was telling my neighbors about it. I was like, you know what? Sometimes I'm not sure if it's the river or it's people's well water for their sprinklers in the summertime. So it could be that too. But yeah, sometimes you can wake up to that nasty sulfury smell. And I was telling my neighbors about it and they're like, we don't smell it. We don't know what you're talking about. And they've lived here their whole lives. So I'm like, maybe you just get used to it. I don't know. This could be specific to Merritt Island because of the river, and then it also could be specific to anywhere in Florida that has their irrigation on. That also stinks. I don't like to run my irrigation system that much because I feel like it just stinks up my yard. Also corrosion on cars and AC units. Anything outside is a lot more exacerbated here because we are so close to the ocean. However, it's not as exacerbated if you were to live beachside, like Satellite Beach. I'll see a 5-year-old AC unit that looks so old and rusted because of where it's located, versus Merritt Island isn't as bad as that, but nonetheless, we are pretty close to the beach still. So there is a main road called Courtenay. It's actually like Courtenay, but we call it Courtenay here. If you're new here, a lot of people say Courtenay and then they get corrected. So just something to know. That road is a main road, and that is where our targets are. A lot of restaurants, gas stations, Home Depot, Starbucks, a lot of things you can think of that are necessity. It's just a really busy road, and I feel like people are crazy drivers on there, and there's a lot of stoplights. There's a lot of stop and goes. I feel like every city has a street like that. You're gonna get that anywhere, but I avoid Courtenay like the plague. One of my favorite roads, I'm actually about to cross it because I'm on my way to the office here, is 520. I prefer to use that to get to the beach, just a little bit more mellow, but still fast paced. You're not stopping and going all the time. And then you have 528, which is what takes you from Orlando all the way to Cape Canaveral. So if you're coming for a cruise or you're coming from the airport, you're gonna probably come in through 528 to get here. It's not bad. I don't love that highway. I prefer 520, but I'll take 528 because I live close to it. It's okay, it's fine. It's one of those roads where if there's no accidents, you're gonna be fine, but it does get at least an accident, I feel like, once a week. So if I have to go somewhere, I still GPS every time to make sure there's not an accident. But otherwise, you don't really hit traffic that much here. Like, it's not stop and go. If you talk to someone else who's here their whole life, they're gonna say the traffic here is horrendous. So it just is subjective. I've had people coming from a rural area, like in Wyoming, and they think that there's so many cars on the road. And then I come from Newport, Rhode Island, which in the summertime, it literally takes like 20 minutes just to get from somewhere that's really supposed to be 5 minutes because the tourist traffic is so bad. So I don't really run into that at all here. You're on the drive with me right now. I just hit stoplights. I'm not like number 25 at a stoplight that's stop and going. So I don't think it's bad at all, but it just depends. I always say if you're interested in the area, even if you're not ready to purchase your home yet, just come visit. Just come check it out. We can go get coffee. I can go over all the areas and see if this is the right spot for you, or talk about other areas. And while I'm at it, real quick, my name is Rachel Langley. I'm a real estate agent here in Merritt Island. I moved here a few years ago and I absolutely love it. And I love helping families every day also make the move to this area and the Space Coast for that matter. So if you're thinking of making the move, make sure you reach out. My information is on the screen right here because I got your back when it comes to moving to the Space Coast. And that's for new construction and resale. There is new construction here on Merritt Island. I do a lot of it because people like the thought of having a newer home, the insurance credits, way lower insurance than if you're buying like a 20-year-old house. So reach out if you're also interested in that. Okay, so last thing that I don't love about Merritt Island. This is tough because I actually really love living here. I see people post all the time on the local page and they say, I'm moving to the area, tell me about schools, tell me about where I should live, just asking questions. And you get helpful people, and then you'll get the negative Nancy's that tell you to go home, don't New York my Florida, all those keyboard warriors. But I think it makes people nervous that people that live in Florida are really hateful people. The people here are so kind. A lot of the people that live here are also transplants from other areas. So just be very careful about feeding into that energy, because for the most part, that energy is not what Merritt Island is. Very welcoming, kind people, always waving, very generous. I used to work as a real estate agent up in Rhode Island, and it's just a totally different feeling and work environment. Just working with other agents, working with people in my office, people are a lot more collaborative, people are a lot more kinder, a lot more closed off people up in the Northeast, which is fine. But overall, just for me, after moving here, it's been life-changing. Much more happier. My husband's much more happier, and we get to enjoy the outdoors all year round. we get to go on a cruise port 5 minutes away, go leave for the weekend. So that's all I got for you today. So if you're interested in making the move, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out. My information's on the screen right here. You can call, text me, email me, day or night. I'll get back to you as soon as I can because I got your back when it comes to moving to the Space Coast. And real quick, if you enjoy this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like button so YouTube knows to send you a notification when I post more every weekend. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Rachel Langley, and I'll see you on the next one.